Are live. Finally, we are back with the Katie's Arms live here on Instagram. Welcome to everybody. I know, I've come dressed as a grown-up. I don't know what this was all about, but I looked in the mirror a minute ago and I was like, why have you come pretending to be a grown-up? So I don't know what went on in my head, but here I am pretending to be a grown-up with an actual outfit on. So welcome to everybody. Hello. Oh my goodness. Look at you all. Florida's here. Hello. Missed you. Wendy is here in Scotland. Thank you. Mike Lemon loves you. Thank you. Do let people know where you're coming from. We are many indeed this evening. Friday nights with Katie are back. Thank you so much, all of you, goodness me, for joining us. Hello, we're here from Manchester and Sydney's here. Am I going out later? No. I literally got in the shower and thought, oh, Katie's Arms, what shall I put on? And then I don't know what happened. I think I got into like show, because I've been on the road endlessly. I was kind of in show mode. So I was just like, oh, let's get ready. And then I realised a minute ago that I turned out like this. So I don't know what's going on. Idaho is here, Madeira Island, Leeds, Sheffield is inside the pub with us. Welcome to Sheffield. Norfolk is here and the wine is on. Let's all have a sippy sip together. So many things to catch up on. We've got police reports to catch up on. We've got the incident of the spaz to catch up on. I have a rant. I have messages from lovely Mark. I have, thoughts on Shabana Mahmood, which I want to share. We've got a lot. We always keep to half an hour at pub night, as you know, but we've got an awful lot to get through. And I also, Gloucestershire's here. And so is Epsom in Surrey. So excited to see me. Thank you. I'm excited to see all of you. First timer here. So pleased to join Peterborough, Teesside, Ireland. This is what I'm talking about. Remember sometimes when you feel like you're the only one. Remember sometimes when you feel like, Jesus, I'm all alone on this. I need to get off this island. There's just me and everyone I work with is a complete tosser and I hate everyone. Look at this. Suffolk. Well done, me. Thank you very much. Milton Keynes, don't know. Brighton and Hove. Come on, there's good people in Brighton as well as all the wankers. Kent is here. Tenerife. Come on, Tenerife. My point is, do keep looking. It's much less about me being here, as you know. It's about everybody else. Look at all these people who are willing to laugh at me, at yourselves. So let's just do a welcome to any newcomers because we've got some newbies. Belfast is here. Come on, Belfast. I love Belfast so much. It's definitely a bit of me. Crawley and Leicester, Romsey. And let's explain. So pub night is the Katie's Arms. It's my pub online. I drink while we're having pub night. The idea is that I say whatever the hell I think. The very important thing is you will never be asked to agree with anything I say, and nor should you. And the other really important thing is that I don't ask to be liked. And what we try and remember is that you could disagree with me or think I'm what I've just said is complete shit. But then you don't have to hate someone or like them. It doesn't matter. You could just be here, have a laugh, enjoy other people. Many people here don't agree with a single word I say, but isn't it nice just to be able to say what the fuck you want? Right. Okay, good. So that's the rules. There aren't any rules. Apart from the fact you're supposed to drink as well. Cheers, everybody. I am finally back from being on tour since April of this year. Last gig in Cardiff. And I do just need to talk about the Cardiff gig for a moment, if I may. Cardiff, just thank you. If you were there, Jesus Christ, the room was packed, but outside was the storm. Outside the venue, cars were being washed away. My drives there couldn't get to the venue. He had to park about an industrial site away. I had to wade my way to the gig. Inside, there were people with umbrellas. There were people who had wet seats. There were drips coming through. On the stage, we had buckets. There was nothing anyone could do because that rain was coming in, and still everyone showed up, and then more. I mean, if you could imagine a picture of how our side just is a good bunch of people, that was it. So determined were we to have a bloody laugh that you still turned up and even stayed. I was like, well, half time, I mean, surely people will want to go home because they'll be concerned about how they're going to get home. No, people just drank. At this point in the UK right now, if you're joining us, thank you, from overseas, things are so shit that even if you send a storm, even if you sent a tornado our way, we're still going to stay out. Even if we're in a large dripping warehouse in Cardiff, we're still staying out because we're so fucking desperate to have a lovely time. Literally, we're not going home. And the really lovely thing about that, did you hear that noise I just made? I think I'm so old I can't actually drink from a glass. The really lovely thing was after in the bar, back at where I was staying, a guy who didn't know anything about the shows or me or anything, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter, just said, oh, golly, I haven't felt like that since pub days in the 90s, which was epic. And he was like, I wish my dad was still around to have come tonight. And that's just such a win. And there's always, if you've been to the shows, there's always a 90-year-old or an 80-something-year-old, right? And then there's always an 18-year-old, and they're usually desperately hot as well. And that's the joy of what we're doing, is that all the family comes. Dads come with their daughters. I mean, I don't know, might be a paid date. It's a bit risky, that one. Mums come with their sons and their daughters. Grandmas, people bring their grandmas. It's the cutest thing. I'm going to have some rants, is that okay? Then I'll go back to things. And I also must tell you, look, lovely Mark, Don Marco, the boss man, has made me this list of things I'm supposed to tell you. No, I shouldn't make that face right. Hold on, let's try that again. Lovely Mark has made me a list of things I'm supposed to tell you. I'll tell you them in a minute. Right, first of all, we have to gossip. Can I just gossip? Can I just have a bitch a minute? Katie, you're hot. Thank you. I mean, there's some stuff going on under here, let me tell you. I would show you, but if there's people here who aren't accustomed to me, it might make them gag. But under here, right, I've got one of these things on. I've explained this at the shows before. And basically, it's sort of, I don't know what it does, but it tries to keep, you know how I say, Katie Hopkins, the mighty flange. Well, it tries to keep mother, if you're here, could you just... So this thing that I have on is, I guess it's what you would call a restraining device for you're not getting any comments. They might be tampering with this. I mean, Devon and Cornwall Police right now, as we speak, there are armed police officers deployed at all the key junctions on the roads in and out of where I'm broadcasting from. The riot squad are ready. So if I say the word spaz at any point, they will be deployed. I'm imagining they're going to come from the helicopters, maybe down some zip lines. Zzzt, zzzt. She said spaz. Roger, roger, 10-4. Go, go, go. She says spaz. She says spaz. Go, go, go. So that could also happen. Some other ones saying, yeah, the comments aren't working. Doesn't surprise. Let's keep drinking and I'll explain about my mighty flange. Hello, Katie's mum. Women are asking about my thing. Yeah, so basically, whatever this device is that I've got on, you pull it on. Is it called like a Spanx thing? But it's not just a pants. You pull it on, look, do you see, like a leotard? And then here, it sort of pulls it all in. So this bit here, because as you see, is all sort of pulled in. And then if you're not careful, it kind of, some bit of your flange works its way up and then tries to come out of the top of it. So you have to stuff that down as well. Yeah, and then here, in the flange, someone is saying if you leave and rejoin, the comments work again. I don't know what to tell you other than is it a girdle? No, it's the colour of skin. Do they call it a skims? What do they call this thing? It's not a girdle, although I very much like the sound of that. It's just stretchy, like a stretchy pants. Basically stretchy pants. But here, under there, directly inside the flange area is where they put the poppers. Why did they do that? Who designed this? Was it designed by a man? Because he probably just thought, oh, where do I put the poppers? I don't know, put them in the middle bit. But that's literally where your flange opening is. So you have to fiddle around at the entrance to your flange if you want to take a pee, if you don't just pull to the side. And I'm assuming that girdle, it's not a girdle because that's an old-fashioned thing. Flange lips. Yeah, I think. So, but if you want to have a wee, what I do, and I'm sure most people do, is you just pull to the side. So it's like you have to sort of pull it over. Is that a thing? Surely no one's unpopping them, are they? Some people unpop to have a wee. Fuck that. So, if you're being complimentary about me, that's very kind, but it's all held in like this. And in a minute, when I take it off later, everything, I'm guessing, I had to sort of roll up the sides to get it all in. So like this, like a leaf on a tree. So I'm imagining that when I take this thing off, like if I unpop the poppers, cha, 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 they'll pop like fucking hand grenades going off in a cave. Pew! And then the flange will like unroll, you know what I mean? I can imagine it sighing. I'm now being the flange. Whew. Like a big carpet. Whew. Okay, how do we get onto this? I need to lie down. This is the problem with pub night. Okay, now should we talk about the police or the rant or lovely Mark's things? Because already it's 10 past. This is what happens. We have no time. Let me have a quick rant. Can I just have a rant about Shabnana Mahmood? I mean, appreciate the police are on high alert because I'm doing a pub night, but Shabnana fucking Mahmood? Are we having a laugh? I know people can't say this, but our actual Home Secretary that's supposed to be in charge of important things like justice is called Shabnana Mahmood. I mean, I don't know about you, but it doesn't fill me with red, white and blue. It's not, I've got things about names anyway, so this isn't to do with race. Before you go, oh, you racist cow. Listen, I don't even like the name Tyler. You can hardly say that that's got anything to do with Pakistani Muslims. So, Shabnana Mahmood, yeah, she's in charge of justice. Oh, good. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, great. She's in charge of who can come into our country. Oh, brilliant. That sounds great. Yeah, that sounds great. No, I'm really thrilled. Shabnana Mahmood decides who can come in. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, no, brilliant. Yeah, I mean, great. I just think it's great that we have someone who's of Pakistani origin deciding who can come in and out of our country. I mean, fucking brilliant. Yeah. And she's going to crack down on immigration. Really? Is she? I mean, is she? Or is she just going to specifically allow certain types in and not others? I mean, and the reason I say this, again, I don't have a racist bone in my body. What I can say to you is her evidence for the crackdown, cracking down, we're cracking down. Did you hear that? That's quite good, isn't it? I can't make it do it again. Hold on. Cool, quite like that. When I gesture, my bracelet makes a powerful noise. Military gestures. Never point. Always use the hand. Point. Back to Sandhurst days. Shabnana Mahmood. I just got a little bit on the screen there as well. Sorry about that. Shabnana Mahmood says she's going to crack down on illegals. Yes. She says she's had chats with the Vietnamese minister about repatriating illegals. Well, fuck me, Shabnana. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, that is. Well done, Shabnana. She's had a chat with the Vietnamese minister. Well, we can all sleep easy in our beds, can't we? Because after all, that's what us mothers were worried about for our daughters, wasn't it? We were all worried about the Vietnamese. I was concerned for my daughters, honestly, that some little Vietnamese person from a nail bar, an illegal nail bar, my concern was that some little Vietnamese who was busy doing mani-pedis was going to unleash himself from the illegal nail bar with a fucking foam toe divider and attack my children with it. Ha! I don't know, what's an impression of a Vietnamese with a foam nail divider? I don't know. But yeah. So if you believe that level of bullshit from Shabnana Mahmood, you're fucking off your rocker. Like, I am not worried about the Vietnamese, honestly. Be as illegal as you want if you're Vietnamese. Come here. You want to do mani-pedis all day long? Marvellous. 30 quid? Marvellous. For a set of gels? Brilliant. If they stay on longer than a week? Fantastic. It's not those people we're worried about, is it, Shabnana? No. Should we all breathe? Yeah. Go on, Katie. So this is something we talked about on, where was I? Somewhere on stage. And bless you all. Right. So when you go past me in the street now or whatever, a lot of you wind down your car windows, and people used to wind them down and go, "A racist cunt." Nowadays people wind down the windows and go, "Go on, Katie." Right? So it happened the other night in London a lot. There was a lot of cabbies and stuff that, "Go on, Katie, keep it going. Go on, Katie." And what I've realised, because of my, many issues, because I am a spaz. Devlin Cornwall, did you get that? Roger. Quick, she said spaz. Go and arrest her immediately. So people in London were going, "Go on, Katie." And because I am a spaz, like you don't necessarily know, but like I don't have a peripheral sense on my left side, whatever. So I don't know how to. So what do you do? So say you're cool, you. Yeah, go on, Katie. And say someone goes, "Go on, Katie." What do you do? Do you go, right, okay, so I haven't got it ready. So they go, "Go on, Katie," and I sort of go, "Nah." And I don't know why, but I just have a full, spaz moment of my own, and I just sort of go full sort of, "Nah," in the street. And I just wish I was just better at, just, what? Cheers. No, that's not good, is it? Thanks. I don't know. So bear in mind, if you shout it out at me, which you probably should do, on the basis that what you get back from me is, nah. Right, I want to tell you about being arrested and for crimes against spaz. But first of all, I'm going to do a sensible moment. So come on, where's my drink gone? There. Shit, I lost my drink in my own place. Hold on, let's have a drink. Then let's talk about sensible things. Hold on. So, Lovely Mark says, "Huge thanks to everybody who joined us on the road in 2025. True. Both sides of the pond. True. America, amazing. Roseanne Barr. Oh, I love her. If I could explain to you Roseanne Barr, just the most brilliant, so much more interesting than male podcasters over here. Anyway, to the people, this is from Lovely Mark, Don Marco, Western Supermare, Rugby and Birmingham audiences who remained undeterred, see this is Mark, by both venue changes and date changes, and to Cardiff who prevailed through the weather. Yes, Birmingham, Western Supermare, Rugby, you fucking rocked, man. We lost our venues. When I say lost, some dickheads cancelled despite us being fully sold out because the little twats who think they should be the arbiter of what people are allowed to hear. That's what drives me crazy. I don't want to be agreed with. I don't want the Liberal Democrat or the Labour MP or the councillor for some small little fucking back-end nowhere bit of the town or city agreeing with me. I don't need you to like me, Lanyard Linda. Fuck off. Why not go and dangle from your lanyard and hopefully it will moderately asphyxiate you and maybe you'll get some kind of sexual gratification from that. That's fine by me. Don't cancel my fucking shows. Okay, sorry for the language. But thank you to everybody who stuck with us. And you'll know that the Dallas Polo Club was a massive upgrade. We totally had a great night. But what was the greatest thing of all was that our supporters, not only did you not want your money back when we tried to give you refunds in the interim, you just were like, wait, we'll come. And you bloody well turned up in your hundreds. We were nearly 1,000 strong there. And you've just blown me away. So I can't because I get upset. Now I'm going to move on to the next sensible thing, and then we're going to talk about me being arrested for saying that I'm a spaz, which I am. Free range tour. Hold on. Where is the flyer? Can I make the point that that is in fact a plastic chicken? Here. And there may have been some blowing of the plastic chicken during the taking of this picture, but I found it funny, and that's enough for me, honestly. Free range tour, there's a lot of dates on there because Mark is working me harder than a fucking hooker with kids to feed. So what can I say? Don Marco. He's basically, Elvis, how he ended up bloated, fat and dead because he was worked by his agent so hard, Colonel Parker. basically, lovely Mark is now fucking Colonel Parker. So you can lose all this lovely Mark shit because he works me too hard. Mark will be sending out, he wrote this by the way, so he should have put, I will be sending out the full schedule to site members. Oh, so if you haven't got your email on katiesarms.com, just stick it there, will you? We'll never sell you anything. We'll never try and flog you anything. We'll never push anything at you. We'll never sell your details because people that do that are a bunch of arseholes. And the full schedule's going out the next few days. He's added extra nights already. Jesus, you guys, to Manchester and Isle of Wight. Come on, Isle of Wight we've got. And we just added breaking news, Aberdeen. Aberdeen, how do you say Aberdeen? Aberdeen! Have we got anyone from Aberdeen here? Can't wait to see you in Brierley Hill. Brierley Hill, is that how you say it? I don't know. I will never step foot in Gladstone Theatre again after they cancelled your gig. Thank you. Thank you. Because, do you know, can I just say as an aside, we guarantee, if you're a venue out there or a theatre manager watching this because you can't get a laugh from the sad acts that you fucking book, we guarantee a sold out show. We guarantee a record bar take. I bring my own team. Our audiences are delightful. And the people that cancel us are just fucking mental, honestly. And I want to keep these theatres going because I want other people who disagree with me entirely to be able to perform. So it's all very well Sam Fender and a bunch of other people creating £25,000 doing a charity thing to keep small venues going. Let me tell you, small venues would be able to be kept going if they didn't cancel people or act like twats about who they'll allow to perform in their venues. Thank you very much. So we've added Manchester, another Isle of Wight we've just added, and we've added an Aberdeen show. Aberdeen! Yes, book Brierley Hill, exactly. Coming to the US, yes. So I am going to do a US tour in the, do you know what Mark's written here? The fall. Get Don Marco with his American lingo. I'm going to be in America in the fall. So yeah, 2026 fall. We're coming to America. Mark's going to publish that. If you want to book seats or tickets or events or whatever, we'll get amongst that. So we're going to be in America in the fall, but we're going to be doing spring and summer here in the UK. Isle of Wight, book quickly. Manchester, book quickly. Aberdeen, Gateshead, just freaking book. Babacombe is on. Yes. The Fed, Babacombe, Brierley Civic, Swindon, Rotherham, Piccadilly, Felixstowe, Guernsey, Purfleet, Blackburn, Hunstanton, Great Yarmouth. Is this interesting content? I don't know. Stamford, London, Leicester, Skeggy, woohoo! Salisbury, Wimborne, Sevenoaks, Belfast, Trump Turnberry, Blackpool, Isle of Man. And we just added Aberdeen. katiesarms.com. Book your tickets because last year was a fully sold out show. It's got nothing to do with me. We're going to get onto police gossip now. It is all about the room. You will walk into that room. You will feel something happen to you. Ugh, it's like that. You will remember a feeling you forgot for 30 years. Okay, let me tell you about my arrest. So, here at Katie's Arms, oh gosh, I nearly flashed you my stapled gusset. Here at the Katie's Arms, I guess in April, May, I did a Katie's Arms and I was laughing because for one of our gigs, do you remember, any of you? The disabled access to one of the theatres was through the Long John Silver Bar. Right? The disabled access, was that for one of our cancelled gigs? Maybe. The disabled access was through the Long John Silver Bar. If you can't see the funny in that, well, then, I mean, my kind of humour is lost on you completely. And so oh yes, how about coming to Lincoln? Please know, I approached the Lincoln Theatre and the general manager said no, because I'm not their kind of person. So do please go to Lincoln, to the theatre, and say you'd very much like to buy tickets for my show. Thank you. Anyway, so I said about the disabled access, and then I was talking about being a spaz. And I made some other references to the fact that there's a lot of disabled people on all shows right now. You basically can't have a show like Strictly unless you've got one of me, right? You need a spaz to tick the box. And evidently that was a hate crime against myself. So I received a letter saying that I was going to be arrested, or I could come into interview under caution, which is 2 police officers from CID units across the South Coast wanting to interview me, or I could be arrested. So it was agreed I would go in and be interviewed. I went into the police station. I had to go into one of those police rooms, right? And, you know, it was Great Yarmouth, exactly. I'd love to come to Spain. I'm looking for a Benidorm venue, if you know one. So they went in, and you know how you used to press record and play, right? To record. Well, this bird, this Doris, there was 2 Dorises, right? 2 women, very, very serious, in for the questioning. And they pressed record on the digital recorder, right? Record. And then they started an hour and a half of questioning in a police cell about calling myself a spaz. Do you realise how offensive it is? They didn't have this accent. Do you realise how offensive it is to call yourself a spaz? Do you understand that calling yourself a spaz is an offensive word? Do you understand it is not okay to call yourself a spaz, and that is hate speech? Under section of law, that is hate speech. To call yourself a spaz, do you not realise? Do you not realise how offensive it is to other people who might consider themselves to be spaz to call yourself a spaz? And so it went on for an hour. During the recording where you called yourself a spaz, you were also drinking. Fucking right I was. It's the only way to survive Britain, darling. How do you think I get through breakfast? You were also drinking. Do you drink heavily? Do you think because you were drinking heavily, that's why you called yourself a spaz? No, I just am a spaz. Right? I am trying to get the recording of my interview under caution for you. I want to publish my interview under caution, which I believe is my property, so you can hear it, because I think it's important. And for the record, I am a spaz. And for the record, if you need to ring the police and report that because you think it's hate speech, go the fuck ahead. Because that makes you a tragic little bastard. And it makes me a winner-winner chicken dinner. Because despite being a massive spaz, I'm still able to do the things I do without pissing myself. I mean, I might have pissed myself. You wouldn't know in this thing that I've got on, truly. So that was that. Oh, I had so many other things to say. The interview has probably been lost. Oh, fucking you know that. You know that. You know that interview. Oh, the tape somehow got wiped. Oh, did it? Did it, you bints? Did it? Or did you wipe it because you're embarrassed by yourselves? And also, how do you go into a profession like the police, which I have a lot of respect for historically, and the good police officers that remain, and how do you show up for work today knowing that your job is going to be going to get Katie Hopkins from looking after her family or doing her job and ask her about calling herself a spaz on a video that she never even published? I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. And that was my question to so-called police officers who do these moronic things. Look in the mirror, because I would not show up for work. I would rather go and clear gutters. In fact, I like clearing gutters. Okay, so finally, people pushing their books for Christmas. Here's my message. If you are trying to flog your book for Christmas, just move my wine glass, would you mind awfully, just on my behalf, fucking write off? And when you get there, would you mind awfully just fucking write off some more? So if you've been booked as a guest on Radio 2 to push your book, if you wouldn't mind just not fucking turning up, that'd be great. And if you're a somewhat well-known famous person who's now written a children's book that's been also beautifully animated by your sister, could you also fuck off twice? And if your name is Piers Morgan, and you're showing up on every TV platform despite being an overwhelming cunt, having put our own soldiers at risk, having hacked people's phones, allegedly, having stomped off from your own programme on GMB because you're such a baby, having blown Murdoch all your life to get where you got to, but then he even fired you, so now you're just a YouTuber, but you can still get booked just to push your book, would you mind as well fucking off? You haven't stuck with a single opinion your entire life. You will say whatever gets you the clicks and the eyeballs on that day. So to the people who are pretending to have given a shit about writing a children's book, to the people pretending to give a shit about people's mental health that never spoke out over lockdown and COVID and the bullshit of the vaccine, and to other famous people who haven't written a fucking book at all but just spoke to a publisher for 5 minutes, put their name to it and got written a cheque, would you mind awfully fucking off? And to all the publishers who reject decent people who have got fun things to say because you've got to spend time pleasing the wankers that are permitted to be on the BBC, would you mind fucking off also? Thanks. Good. Everyone all right? Good? Yes, good. It is past. I am a woman of my word. I will not take more of your time. I appreciate you. I cannot begin to thank you for giving me back my voice in my country. To do what I do now is truly the best thing in the world. I know how lucky I am. I am beyond grateful to you all. And I couldn't care less if you were a hater in the past or you need to be a hater tomorrow. If more and more of us can just laugh at me and laugh at the madness together, then in the end we win. And do not lose heart. Do not give up on yourself or this country, even if you need to leave it, because we've got this. I say to everybody, if you need to, get behind me. I've got pretty broad shoulders now. I fear nothing. And in the end, we win. Okay, go and have a great night. I'll be back here next Friday for Katie's Arms. And to Devon and Cornwall Police, look in the mirror before you turn up to work.